The world is watching as Saudi Arabia and Israel inch closer to a deal to normalize relations. This historic event is part of a growing global acceptance of the Jewish state.
Well, during the recent meeting of the UN General Assembly, one significant development escaped the spotlight. More nations are moving their embassies to Jerusalem. CBN Middle East Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell brings us the story.
At the United Nations, Prime Minister Netanyahu met with the president of the Republic of Congo, signaling another embassy move.
We agreed that Israel will open an embassy in Kinshasa and Congo will move its embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. These are two good announcements, and I think they reflect our common desire to upgrade our relations.
Then came Paraguay.
Paraguay will reopen and will put the embassy where it belongs, in the city of Jerusalem. Our history brought us together, the present brings us together, but the future will have us more closer than we've been never before.
Before his U.S. trip, Papua New Guinea became the 5th country and first Asian Pacific nation to announce such a move.
Many nations choose not to open their embassies in Jerusalem, but we made the conscious choice. This has been the universal capital of the nation and people of Israel. For us to call ourselves Christian, paying respect to God will not be complete without recognizing that Jerusalem is the universal capital of the people and nation of Israel.
And as you correctly said, it's been our capital for the last 3,000 years. This is where so much of our heritage emerged from. This is where our values were forged. This is where our prophets prophesied. This is where so many of the eternal values that we hold dear were created and disseminated to the people of Israel and from there to all humanity.
Prime Minister Marape invited Pastor Joseph Walters to represent his country's Christian community.
Already the people are excited, especially the Christian populace is so excited that our government has made that move and stand. And we believe that with our connections to Israel, the continued friendship we have, and the building of the embassy will bring blessings to us, as promised by God in Genesis 12:2-3 to Father Abraham.
Pastor Walters expects the move will lead to economic benefits.
Big time for Papua New Guinea, economic, technology, health, power supplies, and whatever Israel can offer in the agriculture sector. We're all excited and looking forward to that.
Thomas Sandel of the European Coalition for Israel feels it's clear why nations should move their embassies to Jerusalem.
I would say, as a matter of protocol, no other nation would have their capital, the location of their capital questioned. I mean, it's a given. It's up to the Israelis to decide what is the capital of the Jewish state, and then for other countries to follow diplomatic protocol and just accept it and move their embassy to Jerusalem in this case. To just recognize the importance of Jerusalem, that goes back thousands of years.
Some believe after 3,000 years, these embassy moves represent a move to give the capital city of Jerusalem the respect it deserves. And for Papua New Guinea and some other nations, a generational shift in Christian Zionism indicates a factor where nations may realize the importance of aligning themselves with prophecy regarding Jerusalem. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, here's the prophecy that everyone should be talking about. It's Isaiah chapter 2. Now it shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. Many people shall say, come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, and we shall walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. You heard Netanyahu say, Jerusalem, this is where the prophets prophesied. Isaiah prophesied they will prophesy once again from Jerusalem, from Zion. Let's look forward to that day where the children of the prophets become the prophets once again.